Yo, YouTube, what is going on? We got another banger video for you today. This video will be over how to get this new secret zombies camo that came about in Season 4 Reloaded in Call of Duty, and how to get the camo, walk through, what to bring in, how to get to it, how to complete it, and how to get that camo, the super rare secret camo. And we're just going to walk through how you do it. We're going to go through what you need to bring. We're going to go through what you need to do on Urzikstan before you get transferred over to the Aether, and then what you do in the Aether in order to get the camo in the different steps that you need to do. So buckle in. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a nice little walkthrough. If you guys have any questions, if you guys like what you see, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Would love to keep talking to you guys about this Call of Duty content. So let's go ahead and dive in. So we're going to start with going over what you guys need to bring into Urzikstan in order to be successful on your run. So basically, what you need to bring into Urzikstan, the meta for this specific quest to get the secret camo Mark of the Survivor, is for sure you need to bring in at least one of these two things. At least one of the marksman rifle crossbows here. And have the loadout. So the loadout for the crossbow will be the Carbon Elite V3 arms, a glassless optic, the Bright Blaze 20-inch bolts, the 28-strand cable, and the FT Apex 1.5 stock. This specific crossbow is very useful in taking out all of the bosses, and we'll go over some of the gameplay of that later on. It's also very useful of getting rid of any bosses that you might encounter at the obelisks that you need to clear as well. Another one that you might need to bring in, it's kind of broken right now, is the RGL 80 with the Jack Thumper 656 conversion kit. If you don't have the conversion kit unlocked, it's still quite effective without it. But the grenade launcher, the RGL 80 in particular, is very, very useful in controlling mobs or different waves of zombies that can be seen as being quite overwhelming. And because when you're in the Dark Aether fighting the 5 different waves of zombies that will come at you, the RGL 80 is very useful in keeping those waves at bay. So definitely bring in one of those two weapons. Your tactical, you need to bring in a decoy grenade. Pretty good at controlling mobs as well if you get overwhelmed. They'll all be distracted for a short time. Not as strong as the monkey grenades, but still very useful. Lethals, I typically tend to bring in thermites just to handle elites like mimics, manglers, or disciples, because they can do some pretty good dot damage and get them pretty well damaged. So that way, if you need to reload or if you need to get away from a mob, you can do so with still doing damage to them with the thermite grenade. I have seen some people running C4 as well, although C4 recently have gotten nerfed in the latest patch in Reloaded, so I'm not sure how effective it is in zombies still. So I've been sticking with thermites instead, but I still hear C4 might still be a good viable option. As far as with things that you bring into your rucksack with, you definitely want to bring in some Aether tools for Urzikstan. I'd recommend Rare or the purple Aether tools. I would not recommend bringing in any legendary Aether tools or any flawless crystals, just because you will be upgraded to having max perks, max rarity, and max pack-a-punch when you enter the Aether after completing the Obelisk challenge. Now, that is to say, if you guys do want to bring in a wonder weapon like the ray gun, like as in its case, or if you have the ability to craft the Wonder Waffle or any one of these two things, or even the Scorcher or the VR11, you are more than welcome to do so. But with the obelisks, you're going to need to craft a certain ammo type. Specifically, you're going to need to either use the Brain Rot, Cryo Freeze, Dead Wire, or Napalm. You will not need Shatter Blast. So one of the first 4 you will need, and wonder weapons do not take different ammo mods. So I would not advise, if you're going to bring in a wonder weapon, I would not advise bringing in a wonder weapon with the crossbow, as it takes too long. If you're going to one-man an obelisk, it is too difficult, and it takes too long to use a crossbow with an ammo mod attached to it to defeat the obelisk in time that you need. So you could bring an automatic weapon. The FJX Horse is also very, very good. So I would bring the FJX Horse in with the RGL 80, but not vice versa. So that would be the weapons and the items that I would bring in. Definitely, if you have the ability to craft all of the ammo mods at once that you need, go ahead and do that, even though it takes a lot of room. As far as perks go, it's just your basic runs in Urzikstan, hitting the obelisks that correspond to the area of the map that you're in. So I'd probably bring in Juggernog, Flopper for your grenade launcher splash damage or your thermite splash damage, as well as maybe Speed Cola or Stamina up just for speed and reloading. Quick Revive you could bring in, but the next thing I'm going to get into is the field upgrade you absolutely need to bring. Every single one of you and your teammates need to bring in is the Healing Aura field upgrade. There are going to be certain moments where 1 or 2 of your teammates will go down due to a mob rush, or a boss just getting the lucky end of the straw on you. In which case, you're going to need to heal somebody quickly, and you may not be able to have easy access to them. In that case, Healing Aura will immediately revive them without you needing to go physically get there. So I would definitely bring in the Healing Aura along with this kit. Having a medium rucksack or higher is ideal. If you have a small rucksack, it's a good idea if while you're in Urzic stand to go ahead and try to find a medium rucksack or at least a 2-plate or higher, or a self-revive as well before you start hitting all of the obelisks. So with that being said, that's what you need to bring in. So with that, we're going to go ahead and hop into how to defeat and where to find all of the obelisks. All right, so when you get into Urzikstan and you're trying to find these obelisks, the obelisks will look like different spires coming out of the ground. So if you think of like a spire, like a Washington Monument, it's like a mini version of that. You see it right in front, right here of the crossbow to the right. And at the base of the obelisks, you guys are going to see a specific ammo mod that's going to be shown by a symbol. So on this one, specifically, this is out here at Hamza Bazaar. The specific symbol there, as you can see, is napalm. So you're going to need a napalm weapon ammo mod attached to the weapon of choice that you want to use. And then once you activate the mod, you're going to get a lot of, like, a ring of whatever the mod is around the spire. And then when the zombies walk into the radius, they will be affected by the mod, and then at that point you will kill them, and then their soul will go into, as you can see, the top of the spire, the top of the obelisk. So once this is completed, you're going to be able to, you need to complete 3 of them. You need to complete 3 different obelisks around the map, and those are shown right here. So Detonated graciously has created a map of where all of the sites of the obelisks have been found so far. You guys are more than welcome to go to Detonated's site and copy this specific map, or you can just keep referring to the video. Either way, I appreciate it. So you're going to go through, you're going to complete 3 obelisks at the same time. Once you complete the 3 obelisks, yeah, it's easy. So they're going to be basically like wherever you are on the map, that's where the difficulty of the obelisk is going to stem from. So right here, you can see me and the guys are in a tier 1 area. So the zombies that try to come in to defeat you on the obelisk will be of the tier 1 difficulty. Now, when you're in tier 2 and tier 3, the obelisks will reflect that difficulty of zombie as well, which can make it increasingly more difficult to do well against those zombies. So if you're going to go and do the tier 3 zombies in a tier where an obelisk would be in tier 3, be sure that you have a weapon like the crossbow or the grenade launcher, at least pack-a-punch. So probably level 2 and a rarity probably purple or higher, or epic or higher, because that way it'll just be a lot easier for you, because you don't want to sit around and already do that and take a long time. But once you get it all done, you'll see there the unstable rift will open and it'll be marked on the map for everybody on the map, not just your squad. And whichever squad gets to the area first, it's a first come, first serve thing. Whoever gets the unstable rift first will launch the rift, and then you will have a command that you will have to open up on your TAC map and select yes, you want to go and teleport into the rift with all your teammates. So it's important for you to get for one of your teammates. You don't all have to be on the rift. So only one teammate needs to access the rift, and once you do, they'll access it, they'll activate it. As you can see, they're on the hill now. And then right there, the command's given. I go and press my TAC map. I vote yes. And after I vote yes, then you will be teleported into the Dark Aether, where you will then start to fight the 5 waves of zombies. So you'll be transported in. And once you're transported in, you're going to be going through 5 waves of difficulty. Now, once you're in, it's important here to see that all of your weapons will be max raritied and max pack-a-punched, and then whether or not you want to add certain ammo mods to them is up to you. But you'll also have access to all the perks, as you see down below as well, below the rucksack. So here, and you also have the 3-plate gold armor, so your armor will plate on its own. You don't need to do it. So here, you can obviously see you want to have the grenade launcher because it's just a lot easier to control these mobs with very little difficulty. So this spot where we're at here in Fortress by the cage up here on the stairs is a pretty safe spot for all of you to kind of squat up on, because all the zombies will kind of gravitate to you. They have to come up only two certain ways to get to you. So it's nice to control mobs. You have people control mobs with the grenade launcher, and then you'll have people control mobs or control the big bosses or the sub bosses with the crossbow or wonder weapons of sorts as well. So it's important that you don't go down, and you have to coordinate with your team who's going to use Healing Aura and who's not, because the worst case scenario is if you all use Healing Aura on one guy, and then another guy goes down, you're not able to res him, and then you just get overwhelmed and you can't recharge your field upgrades in time. So it's important to have kind of a strategy going in, so that way you have the most effective way to combat the waves. The waves are definitely time-based. There's no real, kill a certain amount of zombies and then the bosses appear situation. It's definitely just a time. They just want you to survive. They're gonna just keep sending you wave after wave after wave after wave, and then eventually, after a certain time period, the bosses will spawn. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of reminiscent of an older OG style of zombies in Call of Duty, where you're just fighting wave after wave after wave, just trying to survive, and then the bosses come. So as you can see here, it's getting a little bit more hectic here in Phase 3. The zombies do come in more force and a lot faster in later waves. So it's very important to know when to control, when to switch angles and control certain mobs, depending on how fast they're coming and how strong they're coming from on certain angles. So on this angle, they're definitely coming from statue more. You can see there, I get a little surprised. But they're coming on statue there on that angle more than they were behind me at that point, and I just lost that flank. So in that situation, you got to know when to control things. You can see Healing Aura picked me up there. And now you see we threw a decoy or a monkey to kind of control the masses there. That's a good strategy to do. You can see even in Phase 3, I'm still holding on to my sentry gun, and you're going to see like in Phase 4 and 5, it's a lot more prudent to use those kill streaks in later rounds. And after every round defeated, you will get a reward rift. So kind of like how at the end of your OG zombies where a round would be over, you would be able to like run around or keep a zombie alive and like kind of have a period of waiting. So here is the same kind of deal. You'll have a reward rift where you'll go and you'll be able to collect some rewards for defeating a phase, and you can kind of restock on ammo, you can restock on kill streaks that they give you, or lethals, tacticals, and other things, weapon mods, ammo mods, that kind of stuff. So it's important to be able to control the mobs as you see here, and as you saw previously with the Mimic. Crossbow is very, very useful in that regard. I recommend using the crossbow. I didn't do it here, but I recommend using the crossbow with brain rot rounds. So you have the possibility of getting a little mini boss on your side to help control the mobs as well. It's also prudent to use good to use Shatter. I think what is it, like Shatter Bolt or Shatter Blast rounds with the grenade launcher. I didn't do it here, but I have found that the Shatter Blast with the grenade launcher is a lot more effective at controlling mobs because it'll automatically stunt them a little bit. So I would definitely recommend that. Here you see we're in Phase 4. It gets a little bit more difficult. Basically, the whole idea is just to stay alive. You can see one guy's going down, one guy's almost down. We're all kind of running low on plates. So here I'm throwing the monkey grenade to kind of just draw the masses away, draw the mobs away, so that way we can kind of regain a little bit without having to go down and use a healing aura. So in Phase 4 and Phase 5, that's really where you need to use these the most. I have found Phases 1 through 3, you don't really need to. I'd probably save your decoy grenades for rounds 1 through 3, and then your more important lethals and tacticals for rounds 4 and 5. And I would try to save all your sentry guns if you can for round 5, so you can see your phase complete, and then the reward rift appears. And then that's where you can get a little bit more loot. The mini bosses will still stay up, so it's important to get rid of them while the reward orb is up. But you can see there I got a Prezi and then a few more lethals and tacticals. So round 5 is the hardest one. Obviously, this is where the big bosses come in. If you're able to outlast, you can see I'm setting up sentry gun placements here. We had one game where we had like 4 or 5 sentry guns for Phase 5, and it made it a lot easier. So if you're able to like buy sentry guns before you go into the Aether, definitely do that. And then put like 4 or 5 sentries down. So this is the big boss here in Phase 5. It's a Disciple, and he is very, very challenging. A lot of health. As you can see, we're all just smashing him with crossbow bolts. With making little to no impact. But the crossbow, the build that I gave you guys, the crossbow with the thermite, it does make a huge difference. That thermite does a little DOT damage. The explosive rounds, if you're, it doesn't like ruin your vision or anything or cause any more damage. So the thermite rounds are easy. And once you get it done, there you go. You get Mark of the Survivor unlocked. And so once you're done with that last boss there, that Disciple, you're done. That's all there is to it. And you could get your camo. So go back. I'll show you here. Again, main boss here. Once you get him done, you will have the Mark of the Survivor pop up. All of the zombies will then be eliminated, and you will teleport out. And this teleport will take you out of the zombie game itself and put you back in your menu. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or anything like that you're having trouble with, you're having a hard time getting the camo, feel free to hit my line on my Discord. It's @heated_TV. Or if you guys like the video, it helped you out a lot, please like the video. And if you have any comments about something like different strategies that you have or something that's not working, feel free to comment and ask. I'm definitely like watching the notes, seeing everything happen. So if you guys do need help, just let me know. I can help you outside of this video. I'll also be making like different shorts and things regarding this video, so that way I can kind of micro analyze certain things, certain strategies with like the crossbow, with the Wonder Waffle, with the ray gun, all those kinds of things to give you guys some help regarding getting this camo. So, but basically that's it. That's all there is to it. It's just a lot of zombies. It is very challenging, and it is a secret camo, and it's one of the few camos and few rewards that are actually pretty solid that you get from just playing zombies and just, you know, surviving and having fun. It definitely feels more like OG zombies. So it's a huge pro. Shout out to Treyarch for that. Shout out to Sledge, Infinity Ward, and Raven, and everybody else who's helped out with that. Super fun mode to play. Got a lot of dopamine from it. And you know, if you have friends that need to be more in the know about where to go to get the obelisks, or where to go to or what's weapons to bring in, or what strategies you need for this, feel free to send them this video, hit their line. And that's it, guys. Thank you. Have a good rest of your day. Don't forget to like and sub, share it with your friends. I appreciate y'all. Have fun. Good luck.